and you best believe we're doing a waterproof test. Not as good as the original. That's a lie. Hey girl, welcome to Memory Lane. For my goal is to find you the best beauty product for the best prices. And in today's video, we're going to be comparing, where to go, the new and improved Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Powder Foundation versus a lot of people's favorite powder foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24-Hour Foundation. When I tried this, I was like, this is so similar to this. But is it better? Let's find out. I'm going to give you a little PSA right now. There might be some noise going on. We got some stuff going on today. I didn't want that to get in the way of trying these out. I'm going to do the Superstay on my right and the L'Oreal on my left. I'm going to start off with Superstay. I have it in the shade 112. The first time I tried it, I had to get it in a shade that is dark enough that I have for a self-tanner to try. So hopefully this is my shade this time. Okay, I have a nice new damp super spongy sponge. I didn't put any concealer on my acne. Everything's fading pretty well. I don't have any like super new acne. The only concealer I have on is right underneath my eyes. Same with primer, powder, all that. Well, obviously powder, but like setting powder. The rest of my face is gonna go primer and setting spray free. Oh, that's a good shade. So according to Amazon, it says, get your soft matte look with Maybelline Superstay Powder Foundation. This medium to full coverage superhero hybrid delivers up to 24 hours of stay power, fueled by the super resistant hybrid technology. Its formula unites the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana going on here. The performance of a liquid with the comfort of a powder. Love that. Super lightweight, super comfortable feel, long wear that is sweat resistant, water resistant, and transfer resistant. I don't remember that. Did they add that on? They probably didn't. I just don't remember. Because this caking and patchiness, just swipe on and you're ready to hit the city. They've definitely lowered the price. When I bought it the first time, I'm pretty sure I paid $16 for it. Now it's $10. Now, what does surprise me, it doesn't have the best reviews. This is 3.5 stars. I know it. I know it's worth more than 3.5 stars. I should have gone through some of the reviews, seeing why people didn't like it. So let's see if I can catch a couple. Not as good as the original. That's a lie. It's so much better than the original. Apparently it broke maybe during shipping. I don't know. It is darker than the original. It seems like that's a complaint a lot of people have. Okay. It kind of stirred up a little bit of, I don't know. It kind of stirred the pot a little bit on TikTok. I don't know if like it was too hyped on TikTok or what. The original Superstay powder foundation was horrendous. Normally if I don't like a powder, I can still use it with like a brush, like a fluffy brush, like more natural days or whatever. But even that, it was horrible. So yeah, it seems like the shade match is the thing that people don't like as much. Also, I feel like that's a pretty perfect shade match. This guy is very loved. I have this one in the shade Ivory. Moving on to L'Oreal. It says, demand more from longwear. It's foundation and a powder, covers like liquid, mattifies with no cakey look. The weightless powder texture gives a full coverage and natural matte finish that looks fresh for hour after hour. The formula feels breathable and weightless. Love that. Making skin feel comfortable for up to 24 hours with blurring effect, all day matte finish. This powder even skin tone with no transfer. It is waterproof, heat proof, and sweat proof. So they're proof, not resistant. Maybe that makes a difference. Available in 16 shades for all skin types. See, this has 4.5 stars with over 17,000 reviews. The other one I think had 300. I don't know if I said that. And it goes for around $13. It's a little more expensive, but maybe it's worth the $3 more. Okay, this is what we're looking like, and I'm really happy because it looks like I have one foundation on, at least when it comes to shade. Let's get some really close-ups so you can see. Okay, so when I smile, you can see right here, it looks just a little bit more dry here. It's not like horrible, but like right here where there's a little bit of texture when I smile, like you can tell it's a different formula. I feel like, I don't know how well you can tell on camera, the Maybelline side didn't handle like my enlarged pores quite as well. They don't look bad by any means, but I feel like with the L'Oreal side, they're just smoothed over more. Maybelline one doesn't enhance them, they just don't. It just doesn't make it go away as much. Do you know what I mean? With both sides, I have to go over my redness like 2 or 3 times with a little bit more formula. So you do have to build it up, but it is buildable. The Maybelline side also just kind of feels a tiny bit more dry. It's not uncomfortable. I'm being nitpicky. I need to get more color in my face because I look like a ghost. And I also feel like the L'Oreal side handled my fine lines a little bit better. Like they're a little bit less noticeable. I will say that I feel like the Maybelline covered up acne a little bit more effortlessly Like this guy right here, you can't really see it anymore, but like I had to like go over him a few times with L'Oreal. Normally how I use powder foundation, unless like I just feel like using it the traditional way, but probably 80% of the time, I'll put on a primer, put on concealer and spot treat, and then take a big fluffy brush like I mentioned earlier and just cover my whole face. It's like the perfect amount of coverage. I mean, I think both sides look really good. They're similar. I want to see how they wear throughout the day, and you best believe we're doing a waterproof test at the end of the day, because I know at least I think I've worn this like 3 times. This is the first time I've worn this shade, obviously, and so I haven't been able to wear it as much because I have to wear a self tanner with it, but the 3 times I've used it, it's lasted. So we'll do a waterproof test at the end of the day, see how water resistant and waterproof they are compared to each other, all that stuff. It is currently 9:35. The dog is barking now. I'm gonna have to go get him. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna go throughout the day, do a chicken halfway throughout the day, natural lighting. I talked about how I'm not gonna use any, primer, setting spray, or anything like that. I am going to use a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, so I don't look like a ghost, but I don't think it'll affect the formula too much. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, it's been exactly 6 hours, and there's really nothing to report. It's kind of settled into fine lines a little bit, but it's because I make faces. I go like this a lot. I'm trying to get out of the habit. It's working, but it's not great yet. But a primer can fix that for me at least. Nothing's fading in a weird way out. Nothing's bunching up. It's beautiful outside today, and it makes me so happy. Everything's still like covered up really nicely. I mean, it looks the same. Nothing I really can complain about. I think honestly, what it's gonna come down to for me is the waterproof test. But I mean, we still have 6 hours to go. But we are almost 14 hours in. This went a lot longer than I thought it would. I would say, all things considered, everything looks super great. Like I don't look super oily. I look a little tiny bit worn on the forehead. It's not the end of the world, especially because I have no primer, no setting spray. I will say that I feel like the L'Oreal side handled like right here a little bit better. Like right here, it's just a little funky. It's like kind of crinkled, like a little cakey. I want to see how waterproof they are. Okay. The Maybelline one is like melting off. Hold on. Can you tell? And L'Oreal one's just chilling. Yeah, it's starting to like melt off. Oh, dang it. Well, that's a little bit of a disappointment. While I'm sitting here wet, I'll tell you about the rest of my thoughts and feelings. I feel like the Maybelline one's just like a half step down to L'Oreal. It's just like it can be a little bit dry, a little bit tight. Like as the day goes on, like after my check-in, I noticed that just a tiny bit. It can be a little tiny bit cakey. It settles into lines maybe just a tiny bit more. It's like, it's not bad, but like if you're like, I don't want to mess around with these, like now that I've really compared them, like this is really good, but this is still, oh, this is the bronzer. Where's the foundation? There's just, I'm tired. This is still better. And even though it's like $2 or $3 more, you can rely on it better. It's going to be more waterproof. I mean, I didn't test how sweatproof this was, but like just by what's happening here, it's still doing pretty good. Like if this was normal foundation, it would look horrendous right now. And it doesn't look too bad. It's only breaking up a little bit. It's just like, it's the little sister who's still learning from her big sister. That makes sense. Like, and are there more shades? Correct me if I'm wrong. Me, editing me. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there are more shades of this. The shading is more accurate. I'm being nitpicky, yes, but I'm trying to save you time and money. Have you seen the comparison between the new telescopic mascara and the original telescopic mascara? Because if you haven't, you need to. If you want to see it, you can click right here. I'll link everything I talk about in the description box below. Those links are affiliate links, so I do get you a small percent of the profits if you use my link to buy the product, but it does not affect you in any way. I love you so much, and don't ever forget that you are enough. Bye! Mwah!